Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Just Josie, and I am here hanging out with my girl, Charlene's in the house. What's up, Mama?
What's up, Just Josie?
That's right, that's right. So, Charlene is one of the dancers that was referred to me by Adesla Osakalumi, and if you guys don't know him,
Forget it.
Yeah, forget it. Just go home.
Something else.
Just go home. And we're serious about that, actually, because he's so fierce. So anyway, it's not about Adesla right now. It's about just Charlene. So she's another one of the great dancers that I wanted to feature on Just Josie. So we're going to get to know her a little bit. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what inspired you to be a dancer? How did you get here?
How did I get here? All right. Well, I'm from the South Bronx,
Okay.
so I grew up surrounded by hip hop and hip-hop culture and everything that comes with that. So I didn't really realize it was something that I wanted to do or something special for me until I moved away from it. And I moved to the suburbs of Maryland where there was nothing but bowling.
What moved you out there? Just
family crisis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crisis.
So I was like the girl from the movie Crooklyn or Fresh Prince, where I was the only one that moved and with a well-to-do family, and the rest of my family stayed. So I was kind of separated.
You were that girl.
Yeah, I was that girl. So I didn't realize what I had was special, like a lot of us, until I moved away from it and realized that I want this, and I want to dance in the hallways and in the street and in the parades, and they don't have jams in Maryland. I don't know what to do. Like, what you guys go to school dances, but what is that?
Right.
We didn't have this stuff. We had it in the street. So that's really what drew me to the things that I do every day and have been doing for almost 10 years now. Is the fact that the second I got the chance to come back to it, I did.
Yeah, nice.
And that's why.
Nice. Good. So tell me who you dance with, and who would be the best artist you could ever work with, that you'd be really excited about, because you've worked with some nice people already.
I have.
Yeah.
So I've worked with Salt N Peppa and Missy Elliott.
Salt N Peppa, Missy Elliott.
Oh my God.
You can stop right there.
No.
You can really stop right there.
I know.
Yeah.
Diddy, who recently had a comeback.
Absolutely. Yeah, I gotta get to him.
I know.
Gotta get to him.
Monae, Kelly Rowland, Shakira for a couple years. I always forget people. Sorry.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Oh,
she's bragging at this point. No, that's impressive, sweetheart. That's impressive, and I that's why I really wanted to make sure that I got you on camera, because that's impressive. You work with some amazing people.
Thank you. I think I know what I want, and in order to get to that point, you have to know what you're getting into, because a lot of people want something that they don't really understand, and they're reaching for something that is not there, or maybe in a different place, or close to what they think they want. So it's all about doing your research. Question, like we were talking. Question things. Question people. Ask your questions. Do your homework. Don't expect to just get the answers without doing some work first, because there are a lot of people who do that, and they're not just beginners. A lot of them aren't beginners.
For sure.
Understand that there is no instant pudding. Is what I like to say. You have to practice. You just have to work on yourself and work on the craft that you want to master, and love it enough to do it just because, and not just to be seen, because it's a completely different animal.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you think you're good and you want other people to think you're good too.
Yeah. That's the huge sort of discrepancy between the old school dancers and the young dancers coming up.
Yeah.
We live in this time now where everything is about just making it happen and bringing it in quickly.
Right.
And so it's all about just being seen and sort of rising to the top.
Yeah.
And when you don't do the work, it sort of speaks of the lack of respect towards the craft and those who came before us.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
They did so much work,
Yeah.
and you just kind of jump on the tail end of it, thinking that, okay, here I am. It's like, you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is going to go uncredited, and a lot of it's going to go unseen. You have to be okay with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel that is what always separates the real dancers. Like the true dancers. You know, the true dancers, to me, they're just going to dance.
Yeah.
You know, we dance because
You want to.
there's because you can't not dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I dance because I cannot not dance. What was your biggest influence? Did you have an influence?
I don't remember any one specific one. I know I remember watching the Motown 25th anniversary with my mother in the room. And, you know, I had seen Michael before, of course, but just something about that performance was like, you know, you were just trapped in. You couldn't get out of
I
it.
think that did it for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made me want to be a dancer though. I'm not really sure. I just
At what age did you start dancing then?
I started dancing. I never knew how to answer this question because different people want a different answer. But
no, I
my-
just want your answer.
yeah, my answer.
I don't have a.
I've been dancing forever. And by that I mean we always had music on in the house. We were always dancing in the house, you know. So that's that from
What
me.
nationality? I hear a little bit of an accent, but I'm
Yeah?
not sure. Where is it from?
I don't know where it's from.
No? No accent?
I'm just regular black lady
Regular?
girl. Yeah. I mean,
regular
from the
girl.
Bronx and then moving to Maryland and then now I live in New Jersey and I don't know.
Got it. Okay.
It's
Just a
just
slight.
going somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
Something.
You're mixed.
But yeah,
Okay.
so, you know, I danced. I grew up dancing in the hallways at jams. You know, like, and then it wasn't until Maryland where I started dancing in school,
Gotcha.
Pom Squad, and you know those things. But never an official training period. So that a lot of people ask that question and expect to hear when you started class and things.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that, so I never.
So you
knew how to
never.
answer.
So you didn't actually ever start. Yeah. You see, that's so funny because we come from the same.
Yeah.
So when I ask the question, it's definitely coming like
Yeah.
when did you start dancing? Not
Yeah.
necessarily class.
Right.
Yeah, I don't come from that.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
and
not
I
a trained
used-
dancer
yeah.
either. So
I used to answer that question that way, and then
Right.
people go, "No, I mean like when did you start training?" And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, never.
oh, I didn't know that that's what that meant."
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I didn't.
Right. Yeah. No, and you still don't. Technically.
True.
Right.
Yeah, I had to go back to that. I got convinced for a while. I wasn't even aware of it, but I got convinced that if you didn't train, you couldn't be a dancer.
Call yourself a dancer.
Yeah. I for a while.
Where
I thought that
here
idea.
in New York?
No, in Maryland.
Yeah, I was just gonna say not
Yeah,
here.
no, not
Right?
here.
I mean, you know, here for us it was all about growing up and being a street
Yeah,
dancer.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, doing it. So I'm like, here they were
No,
trying to give you
Not
that
here
here.
at all. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was in Maryland, and I used to rebel against the curse people out after, they would tell me that I do what I want, whatever. But then I got to college and met another one of my inspirations. His name is Tom McGee. I saw a HipHop class, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take it, whatever. And at the end of the first class, he goes, "Are you a dancer?" And I said, "No." It was the first time in my whole life that I said no at 18.
Wow.
And I said, "No, I haven't been trained." And his face was confused, like, "What do you mean no?"
Yeah.
He's popping and everything.
Yeah, totally. Right.
And I said,
You almost shut me down. What do you mean?
I said I never had any training, and he said, "Me neither." And I said, "Oh, then I'm a dancer." And then it came back.
That's a big moment, sweetheart.
Yeah, it came
It's a
back.
big moment.
2000, year 2000.
2000, you see?
I reclaimed
Yeah,
my
that's
dancing
right.
shoes.
That's right. So it's been really, really good hanging out with my girl here, ChiChi. And we love you guys. We hope that you were able to get some good information out of our little meet here today. ChiChi, give them your how they can reach you.
You can find me on Twitter at DanceChi, DanceChi, and also Facebook.com/It's Me, ChiChi.
Alright, so that's our girl. I'm Just Josie. This is Just ChiChi. We love you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Just ChiChi. Who are you? Follow my girl Josie at JustJosie.com. You can also subscribe to her YouTube channel. Holla!